Mike Bell from University of Queensland, talking about the deep placement of phosphorus and potassium. One of the observations that we've been making in our research is that whilst P deficiency in subsoils is fairly widespread across the region, K deficiency is more sporadic, and where we see K deficiency or low subsoil K, we also tend to see low subsoil P. So to effectively manage those two nutrients, you're looking at a co-placement, or you've got to get both nutrients into the system before you can get a consistent plant response. Our work's been looking at how much K you need to apply to maximise crop response, and to do that we've tried to background out phosphorus so that we can look at a potassium response by itself. What we've run into is that one of the things that affects how efficiently a crop recovers potassium is the health and vigour of the root system, because potassium is a nutrient that's supplied by diffusion, so the more roots you can pack into a given volume of soil, the more efficiently a plant can access that nutrient and get it into the crop. Now, if you're short of phosphorus, you tend to have a pretty weak and pathetic looking root system which isn't very good at accessing other nutrients in the soil volume, particularly potassium. So we've got soils that might be low in phosphorus and low in potassium. Our potassium status looks poor. We put out potassium, we can see increased uptake. If we put phosphorus out there to try and overcome the phosphorus constraint so we can see the potassium response, even without putting any K on, we can get extra potassium into the plant because we've grown a healthier root system with phosphorus, and so we've been able to suck a little bit harder on that soil profile and get more potassium up. Now, it's certainly not a long-term solution to our declining soil potassium problem, but it's a little quirk that we've run into in our research, is that if you haven't got phosphorus right, you don't grow the root system to recover the other nutrients. We've seen the same thing with things like nitrogen. If we put phosphorus into some of our low P soils, we actually extract more nitrogen out of the soil profile because our root system is more vigorous and tends to go deeper and more thoroughly exploit the soil volume. So this interaction between phosphorus status, root system vigour and nutrient recovery is an interesting development, and one that we have to consider when we're looking at nutrient management strategies.